Yeah, I think every generation you've got like maybe about 10 wild guys or girls. And, you know, if they group together, and at that time they grouped together here in Llanberis in a way and started doing wonderful things, and they were happy to explore, you know, Snowdonia and jump off things or do great routes and just have a lot of good fun and party, and it was good.
This is a film about the ultimate experience in rock climbing. It's a film about soloing the hard, classic routes of Snowdonia. It was made in 1986 and stars the main exponent of this deadly game from that period, Jimmy Jewell.
And I don't know, there was a bit more hope, I think, than now. It was just fun. People just used to come here from anywhere and everywhere.
It's a film about boldness and total self-reliance. It's a film about having the balls to live out your self-belief. It begins here on Dinas Cromlech in the Llanberis Pass, with Jimmy soloing the left wall of Cenotaph Corner, a climb that still ranks as the most fallen off route in Wales. Except that for Jimmy, falling isn't an option.
It was fun. There was less government. There were weird hairstyles. There was more sex. And when you travelled somewhere, it wasn't as easy as now. You didn't get kind of a cheap flight. You know, sometimes you had to hitch to get to Czechoslovakia or somewhere. And, you know, it was like the Iron Curtain still existed and all kinds of things. Climbers from Australia, you know, America. A lot of things came together here. There was lots of routes to do. Wales was, there'd be a new cliff, you know, to discover and climb. There'd be the slate behind us, and, you know, hundreds of routes were done in the 80s, hundreds. And they're still quite hard today, some of those, you know. Standards advance, but boldness probably doesn't. You know, that mad streak that's in some people, there's only a certain level. You can't really push that level. You can push your physical ability, but not that level of madness or you know, sheer joy of risking your life. Yeah, the 80s were good. You know, some people just want to do great routes and or be, you know, scared, and Slate provided a lot of that because it's such a kind of flat, strange, slippery medium that even if you're a good climber, you feel insecure on it. And so a lot of the routes were developed in a kind of bold style to keep yourself on edge, as it were. And even today, they're still the same. I think the colours personally are beautiful, and the strange climbing is really interesting. Provides different moves, and all of this really helps. And if you take a long fall down a slab, it's quite peculiar. But yeah, the Slate was great. There was just a whole bunch of us. One of the peculiar things it was hard to catch on. You know, it's obvious now, but in those days people would laugh at you and say, "Why are you climbing on that rubbish and that slate tip?" But Joe Brown was there before. He thought it was very exciting, and then there was me, and then after that, Johnny Dawes and Johnny Redhead. They were a great influence. They did some of the better routes. Sylvester did really, you know, some nice ones. there was just, you know, a lot of people, and it didn't cost very much money, so you could go and do it. There was room for imagination there as well. Big routes, little routes, beautiful routes, dangerous routes. I remember having arguments with Jim about the amount of soloing he did and telling him he was going to die, and him just laughing in my face and saying he was enjoying himself and for me to shut up. And I should have just shut up because he was enjoying himself and he had a great life.
Jimmy climbed left wall 6 times for this sequence. "Don't talk to me when I'm climbing," he told the cameraman. He wanted nothing to come between him and the necessary intensity of his concentration. As to the 800 feet of climbing he performed, in repeating it 6 times, Jimmy once said, "I may not be able to pull on the smallest holds, but those I can pull on, I can pull on all day."
When he used to climb, he was totally free and really happy. It's nice to see someone without a rope, 200 feet up in the air, free. It's just wonderful. You know, it's not for everybody, but it's great. It's a liberating thing. He was nearly as good without a rope as he was with a rope, and that's almost genius, I think.
Bloody hell.
Don't forget, when you're good enough, you'll be too old.
I know, yeah, that's trouble, yeah. There's a pity about youth.
Great stuff.
Wasted on the young.